just you and your reasons. Out of hand and out of season. Out of love and out of feeling. So bad. When I can, I will. Words define the place. When I can, I will. Cool enough to almost be it. Cool enough to not quite see it. Tall enough to always feel it. Always old, I always feel it. No more promise, no more sorrow. No longer will I follow anybody here. I just want to be me. When I can, I will. Try to understand the way I can. I will.
What's up, everybody? It's Sea-Dog here, and, well, why don't we just go ahead and, add Rect Talk? Hey, man. Can
What's going on, buddy?
you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. So, we are, doing our dang thing tonight. And obviously having to come on here after a freaking loss. It sucks. I mean, we freaking streamed the game last night. We took a big L. Rectox shaved his stash. What's up with that?
I'm baby face, man.
yeah.
There's no facial hair on me.
Yeah, so we're
Are you
down-
happy, Dick? Are you happy?
We're down bad right now. I don't know. We're going to talk about it tonight, I'm sure. We're here, though. One thing you can't say about us is that we're going to run and hide. Like most of these people do. We discovered last night that there were quite a few people waiting in the shadows for us to fail.
Yeah.
People what we had not heard of in quite a while.
People I've never heard from. SMU
yeah.
fans.
Yeah. People such as that materializing out of thin air to freaking to come make fun of Tech last night. So it was not cool. We'll get into all that. I guess I'll take a quick look at the chat section here. Let's see who's here. Caden the Diesel Freak. How's it going, C-Dog? Well, it's going pretty freaking terrible if I'm being quite honest. My Jackets were 8-0 and they freaking lost. So I was in a depression today, big time. Michael Butler, Coffee Killa. Got to redeem ourselves. Oh no, looks like I fricked up the stream. Hang on. All right, there we go.
What are you doing?
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeshua Follower, Coach Hill says 9-3 or 10-2 is really good with a rudimentary trolling attempt. We're not going 9-3. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of people suggested we might, but I'm not buying it. C. Andrew K. I wouldn't fully crash out over Heisman hoops. He had a hell of a game. Yeah, that's true. In fact, I need to make my daily Heisman post for him. He still put up Heisman numbers. So
it's the best game he's had, I think, in his career.
Yeah.
And I don't think I know.
Punk Hazard is here. J.R. Burns. We're not frauds. We're in new territory. We'll discuss all that tonight. It's a question. My answer to that question might surprise you. Rec is peaking and Sea-Dog is too quiet. All right. Here, let me fix it. All right. I'm trying to be quiet because my wife has freaking a TV show in the background, and it's loud. Ugh.
They can't hear you, they said.
That should be better. Let me know if that's better. Cunlin says let Gideon go. I wouldn't go that far. But we'll talk about the defense. I'm sure they need 100 lashes after that performance. Filler Martin, keep the faith. Nico Grieco failed our second exam of the semester.
Yeah.
Songy Santana, the sound is off. Can't hear Sea-Dog. No audio from either. Oh, God.
Now PJ says it's fine, though. And then Nico says never mind.
Okay.
Well, it would be a stream that we're involved with if we didn't screw the audio up at the beginning.
Quit trolling me. I have enough problems. Without everybody tricking me. All right, Cody Hankins, I think Tech can still make the playoffs. I think that's caught us up with everybody that's in the chat section. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the big story about last night was the defense. They got like 1 or 2 stops. One. They held them to a field goal once, and like that was it. The whole game. The NC State had their way with us defensively. It was freaking pitiful. It was really, really bad. Worst defensive performance in a long time. I don't. How far back are we going to find a defensive performance that bad?
Something I should do. I don't know if someone said my mic sounds like it's coming from a laptop mic. That would probably be me. Someone else let me know. Y'all guys are not always reliable narrators on that, though. I should go back and see how many 550 plus defensive performances we had under Collins.
Yeah.
Someone commented on one of my videos that like Al Grove was pretty bad with Paul, which he was so bad that like Paul took over defensive play calling, I think, and coaching too, as well as being the offensive guy. Look, there's a lot of people that are going to say fire Gideon, blah blah blah. I mean, I addressed it in my video. I don't like with how bad we are up front and how thin we are, like it's going to be tough. Now, I still think schematically just kind of conceding every throw under 8 yards is not the way to go. But, I mean, it's bad. I don't know what the fix is for this defense right now. Oh, and I need to bring this up, too. That I went back. I actually commented on this. There was a guy that told me after the Duke game, he goes, "You owe me an apology for what you said about this defense." Now, that gentleman can send his apology to rectalk@gmail.com, sir. You think we can criticize the defense now? I had a feeling this was going to happen. Like, okay, bend but don't break, bend but don't break. But threads of how bad this defense played last night, we had seen this all year. It's just people shit down their leg in the red zone for us most of the season.
I mean, yeah, you get a lot of, you get a lot of like people getting on to you for criticizing a team when we're, undefeated. Like, oh, you're being too much of a Debbie Downer. You're, blah, blah, blah. But you can point out flaws on a team that's undefeated, right? And maybe say, well, look, we haven't lost a game yet, but this could lose us a game in the future. But people didn't want to hear it. I think I was saying like we were an average defense whenever we had we did like a mid-season report with Tantor, and
yeah, we were off.
And I said they were average back then, and I even started like apologizing to them after the Duke game and the Syracuse game, Virginia Tech, whatever. Like
no, I'm not talking about Burns. Sorry, go ahead.
And I was like, maybe I was too harsh on the defense. They've been playing really great lately, been making plays well. Okay, I wasn't harsh enough on the defense. They freaking put on a really, really terrible performance. So I don't know. Seems like we were pretty accurate with that. But even if the defense isn't good, you got to have like, even if they're not like an average defense, like that was a terrible performance. Like you literally couldn't have gotten any worse than giving up, than not getting any stop. They got one stop the first half, and I don't remember, maybe one stop in garbage time in the second half or something like that. So
it was an F performance. You know who else got caught flack for criticizing his own team? Guy you might never heard of before, Nick Saban. I remember him in press conferences. He's like, last week y'all didn't want to talk about the turnovers last week. Well, now all of a sudden it's a huge issue. Well, they were killing us last week. We just got away with it. Now we're losing a game because of it. And this happens in the Tech fan base. I've seen it several times since we've been on. Have you seen like all the invite? Now we're like all arguing amongst ourselves, and people fall into like everything's fine. There's nothing wrong. Anyone who has any criticism is not a real fan. And then there's people fire everyone, Brett trash, fire Gideon, fire Buster. And it's like, man, like, can we just have a normal response?
Look, for the reputation that me and Rec Talk get for being, I don't know, extremists or whatever, you'll find we're actually pretty reasonable. You'll find us somewhere in the middle of those two extremes of the argument, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, we have a ton of problems, but are we going 9-3? No, I don't think we're going 9-3.
Well, we could. You could lose to Pitt in Georgia.
We could,
sure.
but I don't think we're gonna. I mean, you still made a good point. Like, did anything change from when you said, it's gonna be Haynes King last game? And I get, okay, so we were talking about this a little bit.
Yes.
In the car.
Yes, something did change. The NC State game. I didn't think we were capable of playing that poorly.
But do you think look, when you have a football team, you get 12 games a year. You get 12 different performances. That was about the worst that you could possibly have as far as a performance defensively from Georgia Tech. Do I think that they're going to have that again this year? I mean, they could, but it's not like,
Of course
they could also have a decent game against Pitt where they do get 2 or 3 at least stops and we're able to win. Don't forget.
What an indictment on our defense that you're praying for 2 or 3 stops as if that is like.
Well, look,
man,
when you have a legitimate Heisman contending quarterback, that's all you need, isn't it? And our defense, if our defense would have come up with that, we could have won this game too. I mean, we put up, yes, they put up 550 yards of offense or whatever it was. We put up something similar. I mean, Haynes King had better stats than C.J. Bailey still. So,
what concerns me is, you have a 12-game season, and each game is, you hear people say it's its own season. And so you have to look at the teams you're playing. NC State's not a great team.
no,
They're not.
They're not.
They struggled mightily on offense at times this year, especially against Pitt. Pitt has a really good pass offense. In fact, there's a lot of people talking now, and I can't really refute it, that Pitt might be the best team in the ACC. Like that Hensel kid, he threw some picks early when he got started, but he's looked fantastic. You've watched as much football as I have in the ACC this year. Looking at Pitt and looking at our defense, what makes you think we're going to be able to put up any resistance toward them defensively?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, you can't look at one performance and expect them to act like that every single game. I think that they can be better than that. Like I said, I mean, that was a bit of an outlier performance. I don't think it's,
I don't think it's an outlier.
I don't think it's. I do. I mean, yes, we've been playing bad competition. We got exposed. Like, I mean, I could be proven wrong, but I just. What do you think? Do you think we're going to be going 9-3?
I think it's about a 50-50 shot right now. We go 9-3.
Jeez, man.
That's what I would put the odds at. And look, I would love to be wrong about that. I hope, I pray to whatever God that I commit my life to next in exchange for a win that I'm wrong. But what it looks like is like this is why I don't think it's an outlier. It's because look at how Wake Forest was able to run down on our defense. Right now, we got some more stops, but they're probably don't have as much talent as NC State. Duke ran up and down the field on you. Up and I mean, I have to go look how many yards of Memphis I have? 320.
Yeah, that is true.
Like 3 touchdowns. It's just their red zone efficiency
in the first half. In the first half. Now in the second half, they put the clamp on Duke.
Right. Okay. So what proven wrong from that?
Hey, I think we disconnected for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, just for a second. I think we're back though. We were buffering for a minute there. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're back on.
We're back. Okay. I don't know what's going on. My OBS